Hey, Rachelle, how's it going? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. It was good. I was in the groove there. I was jamming out side to side, doing a little bit of hey.
Hey.
Hey, are you wearing green today? I can't tell. Are you and I both wearing green?
I am. Oh my God, we are so crazy
Yay!
weird like that. Yes,
I know.
I am. And you know the sad thing is that this was hanging up in my closet and I could have worn this. I wore the same Lucky Charms shirt from Wednesday to Friday. Like I could have worn a different green shirt.
That's all right. I wore this to school today and I just figured why not just leave it on all day. It's a very comfortable shirt. So
good. How was your weekend? I think you were super busy with Q.
Oh my gosh. This weekend was it was ridiculous because there were just so many things. And a funny story on Saturday morning, well, I had a meeting at like 8:30, which for me on Saturday, I mean, not that that's early, but I try to force myself to sleep in early, sleep in late on Saturdays, but I had to be up and ready for the meeting, which was fine. Oh, hello there, Mel. That is a disco ball behind Mel. So I had the meeting, but then I was doing this keynote for this international journal for like science and technology. And it was based with a group of educators in Italy and some other countries were joining in. So when we had scheduled it, it was supposed to be for December and mine was on artificial intelligence, augmented virtual reality. But then it was actually supposed to be an in-person event. Not that I was probably going to go to Italy. Well, actually, I could have whenever I was asked about it, but that was before pandemic and everything. So anyway, it was shifted to virtual, but then they changed it until this past weekend. But I didn't realize when we scheduled it that we also had our time change last weekend. So I'm ready to go at 10 a.m., but I wasn't supposed to be ready to go until 11 a.m. And so it was like, it was, we worked it out. It was fine. But then had the podcasters Meet the Authors was on Saturday. And then I had to record another session on Saturday afternoon. And then there was Meet the Authors, podcasters, one of them yesterday. And I had a session last night at 9 to 10 p.m. So
holy moly.
A couple other things. Yeah. And then I finished up all the edits on that language book, which I decided, I'm like, I need to get this done because there are so many other things that I want to do. And if I have this big thing holding over my head, then I'm not going to get them done. So I'm like, I'm doing this. So that was a really long answer. So tell me about your weekend before we bring on
that's a lot.
Guest.
Congratulations on your signing your another book. This is like book number 8, correct?
I wish. I mean, it's 7. Probably my last
7
solo book for sure. But there will be some other things, some other newsworthy things coming out later on involving books.
Ooh, ooh, I love it. I'm so excited. How wonderful. I love it that Mel and Barbara are here. And thank you to everybody who's tuning in, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We're so glad you're here. We have an amazing guest today. I had a wonderful weekend. I actually went to a baby shower this weekend, and it feels nice to kind of be out. I feel a little bit more comfortable, and it just feels like things are kind of getting into where I see people. Like it's been so long since I've like talked with people. I want to say that I'm very awkward. Like I'm not the same person I was before the pandemic. I am very awkward. Like it's crazy awkward. Tell me if you're feeling that way too, anybody. Because I don't want to be like I'm alone in this. But yeah, but it was fun still being with women and getting to talk with them. Yeah. But I'm so happy because we have an amazing guest today who is also an EduMatch author, just like us.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything before we bring her up?
I am so thankful to be connected with our guest and have gotten to know her over the last couple of years, have been on her podcast, have gotten to spend time with her in person. I remember the first time I met her, coincidentally, in person was, guess where? You'll never guess. You'll never in a million years guess where.
EST?
No. Nashville.
Oh. come on. I'm like, see, this is slow brain. I'm drinking tea because I'm so tired. Yes.
No. But yeah, I got to meet her at
Awesome.
Inocle.
Nashville. That's great.
Yep. So a lot of great things happened in Nashville. I got to meet Barbara. So yay, we got Barbara Bray today.
Yay, Barbara.
Hey, I have green on too.
Right. We got the memo.
We didn't even send out a memo.
I must have just, the vibe. It must have happened.
Yeah, it's
I remember that
Totally.
day we met.
I know. We were trying to like find each other in this massively crowded ballroom of all those people. And
Yeah.
it was so good to finally meet in person. And
Yeah. I was sitting
It
with
was
some
love
other
at
people.
first sight.
Well, it was so funny. I was sitting with some other people eating, and I said, "I'm sorry, I have to go and sit with Rachelle." And they're going, "Well, tell her to come here." I said, "No." We had a great time. It was wonderful.
yes, we did. Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, this is fun. Thank you.
Oh, we're so glad you're here. And I want to say, Melissa, thank you. Melissa's like, she's sending all these comments. She's so glad you're here too, Barbara. And then we have Barbara Gruner. Yes,
I love
so
them.
Yes, they're amazing women
they're
just like
great.
you. So for those of us who may not be as familiar, can you tell us a little bit about your background, Barbara? You are into many things. You're a lot. You're just a woman of many talents.
Oh, well, I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
I started long ago and thought I was way ahead, and now everybody's doing all the things that I said I wanted. I was hoping they would do, and so well, let's see. I was a teacher. I'm a coach. I'm a consultant. And the fun thing is I'm an EduMatch author. I just love Sarah and everyone on the EduMatch group. Yes. And I also have 2 other books under my belt on personalized learning. So I wrote those, co-authored those. I have a podcast, and yes, Rachelle was on my podcast. That was fun.
Oh my gosh.
That was, can I just say what happened?
Yeah, it was so funny.
Yeah, she was in her hotel room, and
Was she in Nashville?
No, this was another time.
I was in Hershey in a snow and ice storm.
Oh. But someone kept knocking on the door or something. Was that it? Or
it was room, like the cleaning. They wanted to come in and clean the room, and they kept banging on the door when we're trying to record the podcast.
Luckily, I can edit it out, but it was, we had a great time, and it was fun. And let me see, what else? Yeah, I have a co-host of the chat, which is coming up today. We're talking about social emotional learning. That's kind of big right now.
Oh,
yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Did you know that that's the Rethink _learning chat, but it's SEL Spirit Week, and the International SEL Day is on Friday.
Yes, yes, I'm so excited about that. I just made a little graphic for that for my book. I was like, Dr. Christy Andre tagged me, and she bought my book, and she tagged me on a few posts on social media yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know it. So we have to make graphics for our books, right? So I went ahead. I was like, Amazon, you could, if you wanted to order this amazing SEL book, you could do that. I love that you're talking about that. So if people want to be a part of your chat, do they is it hashtag Rethink Learning, or do they just search Rethink Learning?
Well, it's hashtag Rethink _ learning. So it's an underscore there, which kind of messes people up a little bit. But and it's at 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Pacific time. I'm in California, so I'm a little behind you guys. Yeah. Yeah. But it's so anyway, that's going to be fun. A lot of wonderful people join us all the time, and we have some really good things. And unfortunately, it's right before formative chat.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there working on a Wakelet, trying to get it all done, and then all of a sudden the time goes. But I was on your show. I was on your chat. Was it 2 weeks ago? I can't even remember.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. It was like blanket too. It was last week, right?
It was last week.
I think
that
so.
was
Yeah.
fun. You have a bunch of great people on your chat. It was just really wonderful. So I did something on making assessment personal, since I have a little bit of background about personalized learning, just a little.
Yeah. I would say more than a little, Barbara. Definitely more than just a little bit. So
yeah,
just saying.
So the big thing is, one of the things you wrote it in the thing about me is I'm a disruptor. I've been trying to transform teaching and learning for so long. It got me in trouble a lot. But I figured it's really for the kids, right? And so you do everything you can to make it so they're getting their voice and they have opportunities to shine. And I used to get all upset about all the worksheets people were giving and all that kind of stuff.
Lots of worksheets I had given.
Yeah, that was a long time ago too. I used to say, every child in your class is unique and wonderful, and just imagine all the fun things you can do. And they're like, oh, but I have to cover this and this and this, and I have this, and I'm like, and now they still do it, but I don't blame teachers now because it's so hard.
Yeah.
Gosh, you kind of said that's crazy. So that's what we've been saying all these decades. Like, we have to cover this. We want to do this, but we have to cover that. Gosh, that makes me really sad. Like, that's still the story. Ugh.
Well, but right now with the pandemic and how hard it is for teachers, I want to give them a little break. I mean, as plus parents and some kids, the stress of it. So what I'm doing, and I think a lot of the EduMatch authors who launched during the pandemic are going to be doing, is relaunching our books. So I've been doing workshops and keynotes on that, on relaunching. It's like redefining your why during uncertain times. That's kind of what I'm doing. So
I love that. And so when you talk about, and Barbara Gruner, thank you for sharing that. I mean, I've given a ton of worksheets too. It's not like, like shoot, all these worksheets. So tell us, Barbara, how like it's kind of when you're rethinking. Are you guys hearing that too, or is it just me?
No, I'm hearing it too.
I don't hear it.
Okay, really quick. I'm gonna see. Okay.
It's gone.
Okay, now I'll unmute. Barbara, I muted. I think it's coming out from your. So my question to you is, like, we've talked about rethink learning, and you're relaunching your book, and I hope you have a copy to show us. It's right behind your head. Okay, oh, you have. All right. Tell us what it's been like that you released it during a pandemic. Tell us about this last year.
Well, it's been kind of awful. Really awful because I was so excited about it. I'm not the only one. I mean, this happened to every author that launched during this time, but I had keynotes, workshops, book signings all scheduled, and they all were canceled because I had to be there. And so what's happening, I've been doing a lot of virtual since, but it's just not the same. I mean, it's like you were saying, getting together. I've had both of my vaccines now, so I'm able to go. Finally, I got to see my new grandniece. That's she's 6 days old, and I got to see her yesterday in person. So, and I haven't seen my own kids for over a year. And it's tough. So I know it's very. But what I'm thankful for is having this time to just get to know me better. I know it sounds really weird, but I've been just finding out what I needed to do to balance my life. What matters most? I've been reaching out to old friends I haven't talked to in a long time. I've put on dance parties. I'm putting on one on Saturday night, by the way, a Zoom dance party.
That is so cool.
I know. I'll invite you. It was I've been doing about once a month right now. And I put on a Zoom baby shower.
Oh,
it was so amazing. And I was using all these cool tools, like Mentimeter and all these fun things for people to make a word cloud. And they've never even been on Zoom, some people. And they were like, wow, like that, and it was really fun. And then the coolest thing ever is my mother-in-law turned 100.
Oh, wow.
100. And I went over and cut her hair, and I brought my iPad, and I set up times for people to meet her in FaceTime who she hasn't seen in over a year. And I was crying. It was just so, so beautiful.
Oh, good thing we have the technology. I mean, it's like, can't imagine, how isolating and lonely, and gosh, I've barely seen anybody in the last, I don't know how long. And I think I froze again, but that's okay. It's nice to be able to see both of you.
You're okay.
Anyway, okay. You never know.
Well, I love Barbara. Every time you talk and every time I hear you, like, I'm even more amazed. I mean, a dance party, like that is just so cool.
Well, I have to, I don't like to say this, but it is my birthday on Saturday. So what I'm doing instead of doing it, yeah, but I'm not going to tell you how old I am because I'm really old.
Get
but but last time some of the people gave me all their songs, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to put out a form for people to sign up and tell me what songs, that I make a playlist in Spotify. And you're right. I don't know what we would do without the technology. And I love your balloons.
Can I sing to you?
Oh no! Yes. I don't ask me to sing.
At first you're like, oh no, don't. But okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Barbara. Happy birthday to you. Woo! That is so cool. I think you're amazing.
Oh, well, thank you. I think I just feel so honored to be part of EduMatch. And so I'm talking about possibly having my own imprint and doing publishing with Sarah. So I'm really excited. I'm talking to her about that, and I'm talking to Mandy, and I started writing some children's books. I've started a few other things and talked to different people. So that's what I've been doing over this whole time. Rachelle is she's my role model. I've never known anyone who'd written so many books.
Yeah, well,
it's like, another book coming out. That is so cool. I love it. Yeah. Michael says, happy birthday, Barbara.
Facebook user. Woo! Facebook
user. Yes. And I don't know if you saw Barbara's comment. That is, she was talking about with your mother-in-law's birthday, a centurion. Yes. And your beautiful celebration sounds epic. I agree totally. I love that. Yeah. And Barbara, I got to say, wherever you go, like, ripples of love just follow, whether it's on your Twitter or whether it's on your Facebook. I mean, you have like this huge, following of just people who love to lift up others. And that's something I've noticed about you just from following you and getting to know you through the last couple of years. So I hope this Saturday is amazing. I hope you have one of the best birthdays, even if it's during a pandemic. I mean, this has got to be a wonderful Zoom. Do you have a disco ball?
A small one. Yeah. But how do you make it turn like that? I have it in the other room, and then I just do it like this.
It just turns. Like, I don't do anything. It just turns. I know people that put it on the wall. Like, it would be really cool to put it on, but I haven't done that. Yeah.
Well, the technology.
You're out there. I got a super cheap one. Yeah.
Well, I have one. It's just I have to bring it out. I didn't even think of bringing it out right now. But at the last one, who was it? Lisa Love. One of them had, the you can make all the backgrounds, and there was discos going like crazy in the background. So it was fun. It was fun.
Oh, I love that. That's so awesome. Yeah, that's great. So, did you, and so when is you told us before that, and I did drop the book link of your book into the comments. So hopefully people saw that, but tell us about like what your relaunch is going to look like. You said today that you submitted some dates. Do you know when that's coming out?
I was talking to Mandy, and we're going to do, I'm not sure. We talked about a relaunch in 2 weeks. April 7th, we're going to talk. So I'm not sure what that is yet, but, we even have a press release for the relaunch, but I'm not sure what we're going to do with that. It is actually fun to know that, if your book's on a shelf. My son was even saying, Rachelle, this was kind of fun. My son lives up in Portland. He was at a small bookstore, and he said, hey, do you happen to have Define Your Why? Just curious. And the bookstore owner said, yeah, we just sold our last one. I went, I didn't know our books were in small bookstores. Did you know that?
Yeah. I mean, like, locally, I have one.
Wow. I'm going to go check. I'm going through all the bookstores now. I'm going to go, hey, do you have this book? The author's amazing. And do that. And maybe I'll bring some of yours, Rachelle. And Melody, I'll get your book.
That is so cool. Oh,
yeah.
That is so cool. Yes. They are actually, some small chains do carry, because they try to support smaller publishers, like not the mainstream. And so our books are, and I wish I could tell you off the top of my head. I did some research a few months ago, and I was surprised. I was like, holy moly.
Yeah, well, it's kind of fun when my son, he says, Mom, I'm going to go to Pals now, up there in Portland. I'm going to tell them they have to have your book. I go, do it. We'll just have to get all our books out there, help each other.
Heck yeah. Yes. It's a good son.
Oh, he's a great son. I'm lucky. Yeah. I'll just tell you real quick. He was a musical director at a group called Staged, and he's vocal music and an actor. Theaters lost all their work with the pandemic. So he just decided to go to a coding academy and just graduated on Friday. And that's pretty darn cool to think that you're going to start your whole life over, right?
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, I love all where do you get all those? Those are cool.
Party City.
Oh,
I am in debt because of Party City.
Melody, you're so cute.
Thank you. Okay. It's one of my favorite times now. We are going to transition to the fun. Would you rather? Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. I guess I got to be ready, right?
I have a question if you're not.
No, I have them. But if you want to ask yours, you can.
Well, I did ask our community, but I asked our community, like, would you rather have cafeteria food every day for lunch, or just dessert once a month? And we got a couple of answers. So because of that, I think we'll save that for Friday. We'll save that for Thrive O'Clock. Okay. Hopefully we'll get some more answers on that. So go ahead. Yes.
All right. Question number 1. Would you rather be an expert in bird watching or horseback riding?
Oh, for me? Okay.
Both of you.
Everybody.
Bird watching. Where do I write it? Do I write it down, or do I just say it?
Nope, you just say
it.
I'll tell you why bird watching, because I used to do that. I used to be part of Audubon. And can I tell you real quick? A Cooper's hawk hit our window this morning, fell down. We went outside to get it so it could be okay, and help it fly back.
Oh.
It didn't bite us either. They're really mean.
That's good. That's a good day. That would have been a bad start to a week.
We've had 2 birds fly into our window and die. That was really sad.
Well, this was this big. It almost broke our window. It hit it so hard because it was probably chasing the other birds, So anyway.
I think I would rather be a bird watcher too. Horses scare me. What do you think, Rachelle?
Well, I'm kind of limited with my shoulders, so I don't know if that would, like, if I could still be the expert with not being able to hold on to the horse. I'm probably gonna go bird watching, because I could probably go to Nashville and just watch some birds.
I love the birds. I have all my bird feeders out here.
Yeah.
Do you have time if I tell you a real quick story about the horse? Because real quick, I once was riding a pony, and I was thinking, oh, this is so much fun. And all of a sudden I was like this and like and moving. And the saddle was too loose and everyone's going, let go, fall off. And I was underneath.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I don't want to let go. He'll run over me. So everyone's trying to run after me to get the pony to stop. I mean, it was because I was little. I was like, I think 12 or 10 or something.
Oh, geez.
I still remember that day of going.
I bet.
Yeah.
That would have been scary a little bit.
Yeah, but I think of it now and it just makes me laugh.
Yeah. Well, it's because you survived and you could tell about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Would you rather be a scuba diver or an airline pilot?
I like both. I personally would like to be not an airline pilot. I'd like to be a pilot just because I would love to fly.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I like to swim, but I feel like a scuba diver, I would like people that would go with me would like be trained. I don't know, like being a pilot for an airline is so much responsibility.
Yeah, I don't want to be.
Yeah,
It's
but
scary.
You get to go to a lot of places. I mean, if you're a scuba diver, you're just going underwater. Like, I mean, unless you're like going around on the boat for a while and seeing cool places, and you're like, let's just go and just say we scuba, like just did some scuba diving. But yeah, I'd probably go pilot because that'd be kind of cool.
But I don't want to be an airline
you just go
pilot.
to Nashville.
Yeah, we could go to Nashville.
Could.
That's all Rachelle would do. She would fly to Nashville and back. Like that's all
yeah,
she would do
I would. Like there's
day.
nonstop in the morning. I could. I mean, like I wouldn't do it day after day because that'd be kind of ridiculous. Because I could just stay overnight. But when I got to school today, one of my friends said, "Hey, how was Nashville?" And I was like, "Are you messing with me right now?" Because on Friday it was dress down day, and I wore. Oh, I had it on when we were on Friday. Or no, I changed. I think it just says Nash state of mind. But I wore, that was my dress down, but I had on like a sweater and a skirt and pantyhose and dress shoes and stuff. But over the weekend, I had posted a picture on Instagram from when I met 3 friends for the first time in Nashville the last time I was there. So I think everybody thought I was in Nashville. I wasn't. I was here, like literally right here. So
in your mind, you were.
In your mind, yeah.
It was your state of mind.
Yeah, my song is not in my mind. I'm going to Carolina. It's Nashville. Would I rather what?
Would you rather, Barbara? I already know what your answer is, Rachelle. But would you rather Vegas or Nashville, Barbara?
No brainer.
Well, gosh, I love Nashville, but can I just tell you this? I have a problem with gambling. I don't go into the casinos anymore, but unless someone's there to pull me away, because One time I was in Vegas and I was winning. I was playing blackjack and I was winning so much that we missed our plane.
Oh, geez.
I don't do it anymore. I don't play anymore. But I do love Nashville. I love Music City. I love walking down that Main Street and I love listening to the music.
Me too. Yep. All right. Next question. I know my answer. It's not Nashville. Would you rather have a koala or a panda? Hang on. There's like a random animal making noise back there. Would you rather have a koala or a panda bear as a pet? I'm going koala. Totally koala.
Gosh. I don't know. I was watching on YouTube, there was pandas. They were going down they were sliding down the snow and they were so cute. They were falling all over. But yeah, I think koalas can be mean,
Mine wouldn't. They would be very docile animals.
Oh, Melody says pandas will eat you. Well, then that's not a good idea.
You look like bamboo, so I'm just going to eat you.
I thought they were vegetarian.
I feel like they can be mean.
Well, maybe, but they're so cute.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, koalas
are
you
cute.
can hold
Yeah.
koalas are like that. You could hold them. Yeah, that'd be cute.
I have like 3 stuffed koala bears upstairs from when I was a kid. Their names were Cooley, Wooly, and Mully. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I could bring them down here right now and show you, and I would not be embarrassed at all by it.
Well, you know, I should show you. My granddaughter had so many stuffed animals because her grandma kept buying them all, so many that I took a picture of her. She looked like ET. She had like 2,000, like all of them. So she said, "You know what? I'm going to give you some. So you should see my bed."
Oh, geez. I love them. I don't care. I'm not too old to have stuffed animals. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Next question. Would you rather go on a camping vacation on the moon or a beach vacation on a newly discovered planet?
Ooh. Well, there's not much on the moon. It depends on if you're going to a newly discovered planet, how long does it take to get there? Does it matter? Yeah.
We'll just pretend that it's close to Earth.
Close to Earth. I kind of want to go to a newly discovered planet. I want to see what's there.
Yeah, but what if you get there and you're disappointed? At least you know what's on the moon. I mean, no.
What if you get there and there's cannibals?
Or angry pandas.
Maybe there's Wooly, Mully, and
Cooley. I mean, they all rhymed. It was like ridiculous. It was like a mama koala baby and papa, and they're all like mushy. That'll have to be my props one of these days. So, well, that's fun. Those questions are fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Barbara,
thank you, Barbara.
So much for. Yes, we were so glad to have you. Or do you? And we always ask, like, do you have any last words that you want to say before we say goodbye?
Oh, I just wish I could hug you. That's the thing that's really I miss.
Let's all hug.
We did that the other day. We were hugging like this.
I want to hug. There we go. I just miss it. And it's really fun. Can I tell you real quick? Is I did something with a wonderful group of people from Hawaii, and at the end, everybody put on a blanket or something, and they made it like the quilt that everybody hugged with their quilt. It was so beautiful. Yeah,
that is so beautiful.
Yeah, they just did that, and then they made like everybody had a special color around each of their pictures, and they made a screen capture of it, and I just. Yeah,
that's so funny that you said that, because we tried to do that the other day and I took a screenshot and Desmond was the only person not into it. Everybody else was like,
look at him. He said, "Oh no, not the hugs again."
Desmond's face is like, he was like this. That was his face.
Yeah.
I'm hugging you, Desmond.
She's hugging you with bacon, so Desmond. Yes. Thank you so much for coming on. I agree. I can't wait to hug both of you in person. And thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Mel, we are so glad. It's okay. And we hope you have a wonderful birthday weekend, Barbara, and a great day.
Celebrate.
I'll send you guys links.
Doesn't like the thing.
Oh, thanks. I got you.
Yes. Well, bye, everybody. Take care. We'll see you again at Thrive O'Clock on Friday.